Good evening, guys. I'm Balchandra DS, a Flutter developer, Microsoft Student Learn Ambassador, and college student of the National Institute of Engineering. So today with me, I am having two friends, Aditya and Suraj. They will be helping me out. Can you introduce yourself, guys?
Oh, hey everyone, good evening. My name is Aditya and I study CS from Passive University, Bangalore.
Hello everyone, I'm Lux from IISc, third year from NI.
Great, guys. My friends will be helping you out if you have any errors or anything. They will be helping you out in the chat section. So if you have any errors, there will be a mail provided to you. Just mail your screenshot and description of the error. So they will be helping you out throughout the session. And also, if you guys feel that I'm going slow or going fast, or if you don't understand anything, you can unmute yourself and ask me questions. I'll be answering. So, without further ado, let's begin the session, shall we? So yeah, introduction is over. So today we'll be doing the event of Flutter app development and VS Code. So basically, let's start with app development. The most basic topic you can say. What is app development? Let's say app development. You guys have used your phone, right? So all of the icons, all of the apps. For that, you need a developer to use the framework and code in the language, and so that you'll be having the final output. That's an app. So you can say why app development? Why not web development? Let's say app development give you more functionality and customizability compared to the web. Okay, so it can store your session and you can use it offline too. So that's why app development is suggestible. And you might be thinking, is it only for professionals? Like the coding part? No, it's not. So I'm here to bust some myths about that. So it's not only for professional. It's very easy. You just need to find a perfect resource and a perfect person to teach you. And yeah, it's not hard to learn. You can get hold of it very easily. So today we'll be speaking about Flutter, right? So you might have done some research from your side, like Flutter is a cross-platform framework. But what does that mean? What does cross-platform framework mean? So let's say you're having a startup and you're building an app. So there is Android as well as iOS, right? So for building an app for those two platform, a normal person would appoint two separate teams and two separate projects. But here on like from I guess 2005 or 2004, it was made easy by introduction of cross-platform framework. What does that mean is you have to code in only one single time on one single project and do a bit of alterations, and with the same thing, with the same code, you will be able to run your app on multiple devices. Let's say iOS, Android, web, Linux. The three most popular of them is React Native, Flutter, and Xamarin. Flutter is from Google, React Native is from Facebook, and Xamarin was recently bought by Microsoft. So let's a small comparison about them is React Native uses JavaScript as a language for coding. Flutter uses Dart language, which was developed by Google, and Xamarin uses C hash and F hash. So you might ask, which is better? Why can't I go for React Native? Why can't I go for Xamarin? So the thing is, some have cons and some have pros, right? So in the same way, React Native, it has a wide range of developers, as it was one of the early cross-platform framework which was introduced in 2005. It has a lot number of developers and a lot of development, but then still Flutter recently has gained a lot of popularity by having 100,000 stars on GitHub. And Xamarin, yeah, it's also good, but the only thing is we'll be coding in C hash. That's not as efficient as Flutter and React. So let's dive deep in Flutter. Why Flutter? Yeah, performance wise, Dart is built over C. So basically for app development and basically Androids and all, they have their native languages Java, C, and C++. So Dart being built over C, it is helpful. That means it's performance wise, it's better than React Native and Xamarin. And as I said, popularity, it recently hit 100,000 stars on GitHub. So there are a lot of developers working on it, as it is open source. There's no restriction on it. You can work on it, and if you want, once you are good with app development, I mean like Flutter development, you can start working on it. Yeah, as a huge pool of developers, and yeah, the multi-platform compatibility, it can be done on iOS, web, Android, Windows, Linux. And yeah, the most important of all, hot reload. Yeah, why is this important? Hot reload. See, guys, once you start doing app development, and just say you want to change the color of the background. Let's say you want to change the color from you can say like from red to orange, but then compiling the app from the beginning, like all the files will be waste of time and it's not efficient. That's why this hot reload is like most important and popular one. What it does is it only changes the widget or only changes the stuff which has been altered or which has been changed. For example, color was changed, right? Only that part of the code is compiled, or in other terms it's hot reloaded, and you can see the changes in your Android while development. It's very fast. That's one of the feature, and you can make beautiful UIs using Flutter. And yeah, as it has fast performance, and the most important of all, Flutter docs. So these Flutter docs, they have maintained the docs and all the explanations very, properly. Like any beginner just checking out the docs can start his Flutter development. And even it's as it's open source, even you can contribute to the docs. You can add your explanation to the docs. Everything in Flutter is explained in the docs. So have a look through that later. I'll ask one of my friends to put in the link in the description about Flutter docs. Yeah, and one more thing, guys. I hope you have completed your Flutter setup and everything. So if you guys have any problems doing while installing, if you had any problems, you can just mail the errors to the mail provided in the chat box, and they will help you out in that. So like some of the possible errors while installing Flutter or something like that is basically I have mentioned some of them. One of them is internet connection. So while working on emulator, just make sure that the internet connection is on your emulator. So yeah, then some of the while installing JDK, there might be some errors, like you can say internet problems for adding the internet permissions to your app. This is one of the thing which you can add in the Android manifest. Then if there is any JDK error, like any files is not installing or any Gradle properties is not working properly, you can add this Maven Central to Gradle properties. And also, if above all, after everything is done, when you do Flutter and if you're not able to compile the app, just check this thing, Gradle properties, wrapper properties. Gradle should be 6.3 and above. I'll show you how to turn on your emulators and stuff. And basically, what an emulator is it's just like a software version of your physical device. It's like you're rendering a phone on your PC to test your apps. So you can see this emulator, right? So if you haven't switched on your emulator, I'll show you how to do that. So basically, you have to open your Android Studio. You have to go to configure. Then you have to go to AVD manager, and you have to press this play button. So the emulator starts up. And some of the guys had mailed me that they had problem adding Flutter path to the environment variables. I'll show that too. Once you extract the Flutter file, go inside your Flutter directory, and inside your Flutter directory, go to bin directory, copy the path and paste it in your system environment variable. So go over here, go over environmental variables, then go to path, double click it, press new, copy in your path and press OK. That's all. That time your Flutter, the Flutter command will be recognized like all over your PC. So that's about the emulators. Yeah, again, if you're having trouble with the emulator, just mail them in the chat box, so they'll help you out with that. So let's continue. Dart language. So as I told that Flutter is a framework. What is a framework? You can say it's like a tool which helps in compiling your app. But then you need some language to code in your app, right? So that's where Dart comes in. Dart is a language. And you can say, again, I have to study this Dart and stuff. It's not that hard. It's actually object-oriented programming. So if you're familiar with C, Python, or you can say like anything like JavaScript. If you're familiar with JavaScript, it will be very easy for you, like transition. So it's I'll be covering some basic stuff like a 2-minute intro to Dart. As every language, it also has its data type. Some of its data type are int, double, string, bool, list, and map. I hope you know all the basic ones. Int is for storing integer, double is for storing floating value, string is for storing group of characters like a name or something, bool is for storing either true or false or 0 or 1, and list is for storing a group of elements. Okay, and map, you guys might be familiar with it. So map is for storing key value pairs. And the best of all, the most important one over here is dynamic. Why dynamic? Let's just say that you're sending a get request. You're sending a get request to a server, but you don't know what will be the output of it. Or else, let's say you want to write a program, but then still you haven't decided what is the data type you will be using. So you can say, instead of doing that, just what you can do is declare the variable in dynamic. So whatever the type of variable is, it might be int, double, string, bool, list, map, or widget, or whatever it is, that can be stored in dynamic. So this is one of the important feature. Then yeah, everything in like all the widgets inside our Flutter is made up of classes. So like you guys are familiar with classes, I guess. So just to give a small 2 lines intro, classes and objects are like blueprints and complete building. So classes are like blueprints, and objects are built using the blueprints. So objects are basically buildings, which are built using the blueprints. So all the functions and variables are present in classes. So using that, all the widgets are built. Let me tell you about functions in Dart. So there are two ways which you can use for Dart functions. So one of the ways is this stuff over here. So it's see usually the common thing will be you'll be mentioning the type of return value like a void or int. Then you will be writing the function name, func name. Then you will be assigning the parameters, and then your function code will be here, right? So something like this. So this is the basic statement. There's also one more way to do this in Flutter, that is like arrow functions. What you'll be doing is function. Okay, one more thing, guys. There's one more thing in Dart, that is there is no need for you to mention void, int, or anything. It's like dynamic. It can automatically recognize it. You can return whatever you want. Return 1, return 3, return true, and it won't be error for you. It will be treated as correct only, as it's again dynamic functions. So yeah, about the arrow thing, what you can do is func name, brackets, then arrow indicator, and then whatever you want to return over here, let's say 1, for example. So once I call okay, a func name is used, func name 1. So see, this is the void main. This is the first thing which will be executed over here. I've called the function func name 1. So once I run it, let's see what will be the output. I didn't give the print statement only, sorry. Yeah, this should do it. Yeah, 1 is printed. So I called the function func name, and the value returned was 1, and the value was printed on the screen. So this is basically about the functions. Then going back to the slides, yeah, why Dart again? It's utilized for UI designing. You can say it's meant for mobile app development, like the UI design and stuff. So it's optimized for that. And again, multi-platform support, and yeah, and you can say performance wise better, and yeah, supports it even supports hot reload too, as I said in previous slides. So moving on, I hope you guys don't have any questions. If you have any questions, do ask it now. I have told you to install VS Code, right? So it's basically you download the VS Code exe file, then you just double press on it, and next, and VS Code is installed. So I wanted to speak about some of the good extension in it, like the proper ones which had helped me during my Flutter development. So basically this is VS Code, and this is the folder tab. If you want, this is the folder tab. This is for searching. This is one of the extension I'm using, Git, and then this is for debugging, and this is the extension tab, which I will be showing it to you. So okay, so let's start with the proper ones. Guys, if you haven't installed Flutter and Dart extension, now is the time to do it. So just search for Flutter, and you'll get the first extension. So install this, install Flutter. Then if you install Flutter, the Dart is installed automatically. But again, just to make sure, search even Dart too. If it's not installed, install Dart too. Okay. So these are the common, like the basic extensions which you will be needing for Flutter development. And the next thing is bracket pair colorizer. So what is special about this? See, you guys will be coding a lot, right? But then you will be using brackets. How will you catch hold of the bracket? Like if you open this bracket, how are you sure that the next bracket will be closing one? Like how do you match it? So that's where bracket pair colorizer comes in. So it matches the opening and the closing bracket with the same color, so that it's easy for you to recognize the open and closing brackets. See, this is the and you even get a like a tracking thing over here for you to see. So this is about the bracket pair colorizer. Then the next one will be just the bookmarks. So even bookmarks is good. you guys will be coding, right? And you guys wanted just think that you wanted to continue the normal process after some time, but you wanted to continue from where you have left off. So let's say that if you want to do that, use this bookmarks extension. You are using this, you can bookmark the particular line, and that will be showed to you over here in the bookmarks. So you can continue directly from there. That's bookmark. And the one more, the most helpful one is to do. What it basically does is, see guys, commenting in a code is not actually a good practice, but then still we do it so that it's easy for other developers, to look at the code and, to understand it and to develop better. So let's just say I have commented something, apply, uh, you know, apply navigation or something. Okay, something random. Okay, this is there, but then how should the next developer who's working on my project should know that he has commented this stuff? So this is where to do comes in. To use to do, you just need to write to do, TODO colon. That's all. This will be recognized and this will be pointed out in problems over here. So the next developer working on it can see through it. So he can, wherever you are, just press on this and you will navigate to over there, and from there on you can continue it. So this is also one of the good extension. Then what else we have? Yeah, Flutter widget snippets, and there was one more thing. Yeah, awesome Flutter snippets. These two have actually helped me the most. What it basically does is, see, you can't remember every keyword in a language, right? Okay, if you are good at it, that's no problem. But for me, I couldn't remember the whole syntax, everything. So that's where these two extensions helped me. So let's just say I wanted to create a class. So there are basically two classes. I'll explain it to you later. So let's just say I want to create a class. So instead of writing the whole, format, what I can simply do is, if I want to create a stateful class, I'll just write STA, and I'll get a suggestion over here, stateful widget. So I'll just press on it, and the whole format comes up. Everything is automatically done. So this is where those two are gonna help you. Like, you just start typing, and they will help you with other stuff. Like they will help you with the auto recommendations and everything. So it's, easier and faster for you for developing. Then yeah, image preview. This also has helped me. Just say that you're developing an app or a website and you're including an image in the website. And see, let's just say that, see, you put the path for the image, but how do you know what image you have set to? So what image preview does is, when you hover over the path or the link, it's going to show you the image preview of. You can see an image over here and a small image over here. So that's about the image preview, and there are others too. Microsoft Azure, this has helped me for hosting. It's like a single click thing. Once you have set up everything, what you have to do is just simply press a single button called host, and your website will be hosted. So that's a big topic, but you guys can check it out. So others are live share. You can use this for coding along with your buddy. Let's just say you're working on an app and you guys want to code using the same VS Code. Like, let's just say he wants to check your code if it's right or wrong, or if you have any problem. That time you can use live share and you can share your Visual Studio Code window to him. That's live share. So these are some of the, extensions which had helped me. So moving on. I hope like everyone till now have completed their setup and everything, and they're ready to start start working on Flutter. So guys, I want to keep this session interactive. So let's just say if you have completed with Flutter and stuff, let's just send I over here. Like if you have completed your setup and you're ready with Flutter, just send AYE. So I've completed my setup, so I've sent an I. One more thing, guys. So if you haven't done Flutter installation, I have told you something about Dartpad, right? So I'll show you that too. Just a second. If you couldn't download all those big files and stuff, I have something easy for you. This is called Dartpad, and see, wait, I'll send you the link first. It will be easy for you to do. If you haven't done the Flutter installation, this is the thing for you. What it basically does is it gives a UI preview over here. This is the code for a particular app, like a sample app. Once I press run, it might take some time, but then you'll be getting a UI sample over here. Like you can say how it might look on an emulator or an Android. See, this is basically an app over here. This is also most helpful for you. You can say that if you are running low on the RAM and stuff, you can simply use this website and try your apps. So this is basically just a simple app. which increases the value over here on pressing the floating action button. So yeah, you can just if you're not able to follow along using the emulator and Visual Studio Code, you can just type in your code over here. And if you have any problems while typing over here, just raise your hand or put the text in the chat box. I will see that. So this is about that part. So let's go back to the slides and continue with our Flutter commands. So yeah, guys, I have spoken so much, theory about the Flutter. Let's actually show you how beautiful the Flutter is. So today, guys, what you guys will be building is a news app. You guys would have seen a lot of news app, but then it's actually not very difficult to do it. So what I wanted to do was not only just to develop a news app. I also wanted to show you how beautiful the Flutter is. I wanted for you guys to fall in love with Flutter. So me and Suraj, we had designed welcome login and register page for you guys. You guys can check this out. So this is the welcome page, and then once you press register, you go to the register page. We haven't done the functionality yet, backend functionality yet. We'll just be explaining the UI part. Then again, so if you already have a account, press on login. You'll go to login. So yeah, and then again, once you press login, you are on your news app. See, you guys will be developing this today, a complete login, welcome and register page with a news app. I wanted you guys to check this out. I really like this part. So before the news loads up, you can see a shimmer effect in the background. I hope you guys noticed that. So that was done using one of the package. I will speak about the packages too at the end. But yeah, guys, so those stuff will be, you guys would have seen it in PhonePe and Google Pay. Like before something loads up, you'll be seeing a shimmer effect. All the news, like all the top headlines will be, it will be picked and put in a list. Okay, so we'll be developing this today. So basically open your Visual Studio Code. And in this, if you want to open your command window, there's a shortcut for it, Control tilde, and your command window opens up. So if you want to know what is if you don't know what is tilde, I'll just type in the tilde over here. This will be present below the escape button. The shortcut for opening, I repeat once again, the shortcut for opening command window is Control plus tilde, and this command window opens up. Okay. So this is where you'll be executing your commands like flutter, doctor, flutter, and all of the stuff. So, okay, let's make sure you guys are in desktop, like a normal, any folder, like any comfortable folder where you will be putting your projects. So I like to keep it on my desktop. So I'm changing my directory to desktop. Okay, over here, I've told you some commands over here, right? Flutter doctor, flutter and flutter create, upgrade, channel config. So what is Flutter doctor basically? Let's just say it will make sure like it's going to tell you some info about the framework which you have installed, like the channel, the version, and other stuff, like if the VSCode is installed or not and all that stuff. So I'm on beta currently and my version is this. So it's going to give us a small summary about that. That's Flutter doctor. And then, yeah, one more thing, guys, if you want to, check out other Flutter commands, just type in Flutter and press enter, and you'll get all the commands over here. Okay, so the main thing for this session, you guys to keep in mind is there are two commands, Flutter create and Flutter run. So what does Flutter create do? It creates your project. It creates your app. Like it's gonna initialize it with all the supporting libraries and all the basic stuff. And what will Flutter run do? It's gonna compile the app and it's gonna put it on your emulator. So yeah, guys, you can follow along with me, and if you feel I'm going fast, just text in and I'll slow down a bit. So let's just start, guys. So first command you guys have to execute is Flutter create. I didn't specify the app name. Okay, so Flutter create and app name. So let's just say I want to create an app called first app. Something, you can name it anything you want. This is your app name. You can name it whatever you want. I'm naming it first app. So the command is Flutter create and app name and press enter. So it's creating the project and all the supporting files. I hope you are doing it along with me. The students who are doing it on Dartpad, there is no need for you to do this stuff. It's completely optional. This stuff I'll tell you what you can try it on later. Okay. So yeah, once all the supporting files are created, you'll be getting a Flutter Docker summary and this stuff. It will be saying to execute your app, change your directory to the first app and then execute Flutter run. So that is what we're gonna do. So you can see an open folder button over here. If yes, press on it and then select the first app. So this is the app which we created now. Select the folder. Yep, and the folder opens up. Okay, so this is basically the structure. Let me. So this is just the welcome page. It you'll over here all you can see all the recent stuff and help and other stuff. The best thing about VS Code is it gets weekly updates and it has like very less amount of work. So it's one of my favorite editors. So yeah, let's begin with the project structure. So guys, do you have any doubt till now? Okay, let's continue. So the left pane over here, it's like a Explorer, like File Explorer. This is basically our project structures. The important stuff over here which you have to see is these folders: Android folder, iOS folder, lib folder, and pubspec YAML file. Okay. So I'll tell a short two-line what all stuff will be present in this stuff. Android folders, like all the supporting files and the permissions, everything, all of this stuff will be present over here. You'll be adding all of the stuff over here in the build Gradle, in the local properties and stuff. So yeah, that will be present in Android, and the same goes for iOS. All the stuff related to iOS, like supporting stuff, and also like the names, if you want to change the name and everything, which it will be present in this iOS folder. And the pubspec YAML, this stuff I'll cover on as we go through it. So this is basically for adding extra functionality. It's like you'll be adding extensions for your app for extra functionality. And the whole thing where you'll be coding in is this over here. This is the lib folder where all your code goes in. Okay. So Flutter is generous and they've already created a small sample app. Once you do Flutter create, there's a sample app present for you. Okay, so this is basically the sample app. So guys, do you remember what I told for opening the command window? Command plus control plus tilde. Press control plus tilde and your command window opens up. Okay. I'll increase the font size a bit. Yeah. Command window opens up. So see, already there's a project present over here, right? So how do you guys, begin? Let's say, how do you guys start with it? The first command which you will do to compile the app is flutter run. One more thing, guys, make sure over here the connected device is showing, like your emulator is turned on or any physical device which you will be using, that is turned on. Let's just make sure that it's turned on and the device name is visible over here, like below, bottom right. Okay. So once you get a check over here, you can do flutter run. So what I'm basically doing is I'm compiling my code. I'm getting the outputs. I'm getting the output on my emulator. Okay. While it compiles, it depends. Guys, it might take some time, it might show up in seconds, but the first time you compile your app, the first time you run flutter run command, it might take some time. So no worries, there's nothing wrong over there. And yeah, as I told you, while doing this flutter run, if you get any errors related to JDK or Gradle, you can contact my friends in the chat box and they will help you out. As I said in my slides, so if there's any problem regarding to that, add this Maven Central. It might gonna fix the problem, or else try increasing the Gradle version to 6.3. These two are the fixes if there's any JDK error while compiling your app. So let's see if my app is compiled. Okay, yeah, my app is compiled. So I got a green tick over here that the app was built and it's currently installing. So yeah, so this is simple as that. Your app is installed. Okay. So see, it's just a basic app, just some app to get you familiar with. So the basic functionality of it is once you press this floating action button, the value over here increases. You might go on and go on and on. So let's just say you guys will be seeing this screen, right? First app. So over here you'll be seeing a lot of stuff like column, center, text, widget, then yeah, floating action button. What are all these? everything, I mean literally everything in Flutter is a widget. What is a widget? So let's just say everything in an everything in our Flutter is a widget. So our UI will be comprising of all the widgets, like text widget, column, row, container, text, lots of that. So you can say like a basic part element in a Flutter is a widget. Okay, so just imagine that let's say you're constructing a building. So every brick you will be using in the same way, the constructing building is similar to constructing an app, and the bricks you will be using is similar to a widget. It's just like a Lego pieces in Lego sets. Okay, so I have showed you the thing, right? The login page, the welcome page, and yeah, this stuff. So everything over here is a widget. So this is an image, this is an widget, this is text, this is an widget, login widget, register widget, this whole container again it's a widget. So everything over here is a widget. So okay, moving on, there are like two types of widgets. There are two types of widgets in Flutter, stateless and stateful. What are these? Let me, explain. This is the most important topic, guys. If you understand this stuff, it will be very easy for you to, continue the development. So what is a stateless widget? So stateless widgets are the stuff which don't store any state. You can just say they are like mannequins. You guys have you guys have went to shopping malls and stuff, right? You would have seen a mannequin. If like anybody doesn't know what is mannequin, mannequin is a like, artificial thing which will be which will be used for showcasing the clothes and stuff. So you guys would have seen standing mannequin and posing mannequin. So it will be standing only, right? It won't be moving. If you see it moving, it's either a horror story or you have to run for your life. Okay, so that's basically the you can just compare the stateless to mannequin. It won't change its state, it won't start running, it won't do any movement, it's gonna be fixed. Something like this over here, this thing over here, you have pushed the button this many times, this is fixed, this doesn't change. Whatever I do, this doesn't change, right? Similarly, there's one more thing, stateful widget. What is stateful widgets? It's completely opposite of stateless. You can say the best example for that are humans. You can see humans, standing, running, swimming, and all of that. So that's each state. They are changing states. So that's basically stateful. And yeah, if you have any, the better example for that will be this stuff. You guys have these buttons, right? Like Wi-Fi button. All of these are toggles. These toggles are stateful widgets. Once you press on it, the state changes. At beginning, it was grayed out, it was disabled. But once I pressed it, it became blue. That means it was enabled. So there are two states over here, disabled and enabled. So this is basically a stateful widget. Okay, let's just say this background container, this white screen over here. This is a stateless widget. Whatever, how many times you press or whatever you do over here, like I'm clicking the buttons actually, whatever I do over here, there is not going to be any change. So that is stateless widget. So if you are like it's confusing for you, if you are in a doubt, just remember this stuff. If a widget changes, it's a stateful widget. If a widget is not changing, it's a stateless widget. As simple as that. Okay. So that is about stateless and stateful widget. You guys would have seen this stuff. Wait, child and children and stuff. This thing is also important. Let's just say that I'm having a widget called column over here. Okay, I'll continue now. So let's just say this column is a widget, right? So what do I mean by child or a children? So let's just say wait, let me take an example for you guys. Okay, so this is basically a column, right? Like a straight thing from bottom to top, and inside this container inside this gray container there is brown container, orange container, white container, skin color container, purple containers, right? So this is what basically is parent child relationship, you can say. So the parent or the parent widget is this gray container, and child widget is this brown container. So basically, this is you can say this is nested inside this gray container. That is basically child and parent relationship. And yeah, so if there's only single child, it's called so if there's only single widget, it's called child. If there are multiple widgets nested inside a parent widget, they are called children. Yeah, one more thing, widget tree. Okay, I'll explain this to you along the coding time, not now. Yeah, so now we'll be moving on to the basic widgets to get you started. Now, to get you started with Flutter. Scaffold is like a supporting widget which holds all of your other widgets. So let's see, guys. Let me open an app for you. Yeah. So this is basically an app, right? So what is happening over here? This is a app bar over here. This is a body. This is a floating action button. So all of these are inside a widget called scaffold widget that forms a base layer for other widgets to, set on. For more information about that, you can check out the, as I told, Flutter docs. They are like lot of helpful. So see, this is a scaffold widget. It has a container, a text widget, a floating action button, and a app bar. Okay. So see, yeah. So this is a scaffold widget, and it has a app bar. It has a app bar. It has a body. Body is this stuff. Like anything below the app bar is called body. And there's floating action button. This is floating action button, guys. These stuff, app bar, body, floating action button, these are like properties for the widget scaffold. So basically these widgets are formed of classes. If you guys want to know for sure, what you guys have to do is just go to the code, press control, like hold on to the control button and click on the scaffold. It will redirect to the supporting file to the classes of scaffold. Okay, so see, scaffold is basically a class, and all this stuff, these are like a functions or a properties, as simple as that. If you're good with classes and objects, it's like very easy for you to catching up to it. So scaffold is a widget, like this widget is comprises of class, and it has various properties like app bar, body, floating action button, and stuff. So that's about scaffold. Container. If you guys are from web development background, container will be very common thing for you. What is a container? It contains stuff. It's gonna hold something, right? So anything you can say, as I was giving you an example over here, as I say, I spoke, I told that this is a gray container. This thing will be holding all the other stuff. So what is the job of the container? To hold other stuff, to bound it, right? So again, the container has various properties. It has height, it has width, it has color, and other stuff. So we'll be checking out that, like all the other properties as we code. Okay, as of the next widget, text widget. As I told, in a screen, in UI, in a Flutter UI, everything is a widget. Even the text over here, welcome, this is also a widget. So even you can style the text with properties. You can change the font size, color, make it bold and other stuff. And even image. So adding an image, again a widget. Image is a widget. Adding a button is a widget. This stuff, padding and margin, guys. So this is one of the proper topics which you will be using it. So this will help you to do jugards at the ending moment, like if your layout is not set up properly. I have drawn a container for you over here, and inside this container I'll be drawing, let's say, one more container inside. As I've said, this is a parent, this is a child. So let's fill the color with gray over here to the parent, or red over here. So see, guys, there is a gap between these two containers, right? Like from inside, you can say the gap from here to here. This gap is called padding. Okay, so distance between the parent widget and the child widget. Okay, this is basically padding. And let's just say there's one more widget below. Okay, let's say this is one more widget. So the distance between this widget and this widget, I mean this stuff, this is called margin. Okay, so this is basically, I'll repeat it again. This stuff is padding. Let me take my brush. Yeah, this is padding, and the distance between this stuff, this is margin. Okay. Yeah. Moving on, rows and columns. So this stuff, if you understand this part, you will be designing any UI which you would like. So this is the coolest part. Okay, UI, for designing UI, rows and columns. So 90% of building UI, everything, most of the times you'll be using rows and columns widget. The best example for this will be bookshelf. Let me delete all the stuff. let's just say you're having a bookshelf, right? Okay, first let me clear out what is row and contain row and column. Row is something which is a row is a container which holds your widgets in uh, horizontal direction, blocks as a books, and this thing as a shelf, right? So I'm what I'm doing basically over here is uh, I'm storing the other widgets inside a row widget. As I told, if there are many widgets, they are called childrens. So this is called wait. This is called row widget, and inside these are called childrens. Okay, so whatever it might be, it can be a text, image, or normal container. So for storing it horizontally, we use row widget. For storing it, vertically, we use column widget. Let's just say we have a ladder. Okay, every step in a ladder is a widget, and this acts as a bound. So that's a column widget which is holding your other widgets like children widgets. Okay, this stuff. To make it more clear, I'll help you out with a design challenge. I'll explain a layout for you guys before. So I'll let me open this in Paint. See, this is a just imagine this as your Android screen, and this is the UI present. So okay, let me help you break down the UI over here. What basically is happening is this whole thing is a container, and inside a container column. Okay, this is a column, and inside a column you have one widget, container widget. This part this part there's one container over here. Then the next part, there is a row. Why am I saying row? Because there are two widgets present over here, and they're you can say they're placed in a horizontal manner. So you can say this is a row. Okay, so one part, second part, and this is the third part. Third part is actually a bit interesting. See, this is a row. Third part is a row, but inside a row there is a column, because these two are placed in vertical order. So this is a column. This is a row. Okay. So inside a row there's one column, and inside a column there are two widgets, and right next to the column there is one more container. So guys, this is the most important thing. It will help you in the next challenge. Just I'll repeat it again. So this is basically a column. This is basically a column, and inside a column there is three sections: one section, two section, third section. First section just has the one container. Second section has a row. This is a row, and in this row there are two widgets, two containers, and then third section is a combination of combination of green color container, brown color container, and pink color container. So there's a column present over here inside this row, and then we have a container over here. So this is for explaining the layout thing. So there's a challenge for you guys. Can you help me break down this stuff? Can you just type in the chat box what you guys are seeing? What is nested in what? What do I need? See, what do I need from you guys is let me show you this stuff. So in the layout explain challenge, like the normal layout explain, what did I do is see, I can say that the biggest the starting will be container, and inside that there is a column. Okay, and inside the column there are three types of widgets present. Okay, one widget is a basic container, then one more is a row, then one more is also a row. Okay, let me name it row 1 and row 2 for you to be clear. Okay, so in row 1 there are two containers, red and white. Okay, row 2 is a combination of column 1 and a purple container. Okay, and then column 1 has two containers. That's all, green and brown. Breaking down the layout for you guys, we have a biggest container, this big stuff. Inside that we have a straight column, And inside the column, we have 3 sections: container, row 1, row 2. And in row 2, we have 2 widgets: red container, skin color container, or else white container. And in row 3, it's a combination of a column widget and a container. Okay, column 1 and purple container. So, and in the column container, we have 2 widgets: green container and brown container. So this is the UI breakdown for this stuff. So I want you guys to do UI breakdown for this. Okay, so start typing, guys. What do you guys think? What is the first thing? Then go in and just help me with the layout breakdown over here. I hope the screen is visible for you guys. I'll give you 2 minutes. You can check out the, you can look out the UI and you can type in the answers. What do you guys feel? Okay, Harsha is answering container, column, row 1, container, row 2, container. Yeah, pretty good. Good. Gone. Now even define what is present in row 1, row 2 also. Okay, gray container, nice. Column, row 1, red container, row 2, green. Good job, Aditya. So go on. What is, okay, you just define what is present in row 1 and row 2. What is row 1 and row 2 comprised of? Row 1 has red, orange, and text widget. Yeah, good job. Okay, row 2 has column and yellow. Yeah, good job, Aditya. So what does a column has? What does this column have? 3 widgets, right? Okay, row 1, brown, orange, and text. Yeah. Go on, guys. Answer. So over here only you'll get to know. All of you have got it in the first try. So pretty good job for you guys. Huge round of applause for you guys. Everyone said over here, Aditya, Harsha, and this person. So row 1 has brown, orange, and text row. So this is a row, and again this is a row. This is row 2, and inside row 2 there's a column and a container. And inside this column there are 3 containers: yellow, purple, and some shade of blue. That's it. So this is what you guys need actually to design a layout. That was about rows and columns. So let's start coding, right? So we have already we have taken 1 hour 15 minutes. So let's start coding, guys. So open your Visual Studio Code and comment all of it. Comment all this stuff like till this class homepage. Not comment it, just remove it. No problem. Okay. In the main file, only this stuff must be visible. Even if this is also not visible, no problem. I mean, yeah, okay, this is the basic stuff which should be visible. Guys, this is the time to code along. Let's start coding. The people who are using Dartpad 2, you guys also can code along. So this over from here on onwards, you can just code along and the stuff will be visible in your website in the Dartpad. Okay, so once once everyone is along with me, just send an I in the text box. So once you have commented out the class and only these 2 stuff is present, void main and my app. So if you guys want to know how I came over here, again I'll explain. I've used 2 commands. First is Flutter create. Flutter create was used to create the project directory. That means to generate all these files. And then that's it. Actually I've used only 1 command till now, Flutter create, and all of this was generated. And if you want to know where is this main file present, see, this is you can press on it. If it's actually closed, press on it, it will open. So this is your Explorer. Go to the lib folder, go to the main, and yeah, this file will be opened for you guys. Everyone, if caught up with me till here, let's begin. So as I said, everything in like there are 2 types of widgets: stateless and stateful. So we'll be designing this. So let's just do the layout breakdown first, guys. What do you guys see? There's a background over here. So this is basically a custom painter which is going to paint a background. This is a custom painter. Just ignore the background. Let's worry about the stuff which is on the screen. We have an image over here, 2 text boxes, text fields, 1 button, 1 text, and just 1 more image over here. So help me doing the UI breakdown thing. What is this actually? Help me the UI breakdown. It's very simple. If you guys solve the challenge, this is simple. There's nothing. There's only one answer for it. There's a container and then there's a column, and inside a column there are how many widgets? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inside a column there are 6 widgets. This is 1 widget, image widget, text. There are two text form widgets, one button widget, one text widget again, then again a image widget. Okay. So let's start coding. As I told you, the basic stuff will be scaffold, right? So, okay, to begin with the scaffold, first I need to create a class. Inside the class, that will, so see guys, I am doing, there's nothing over here which is going to change. So we'll be using stateless, what do you call it? Stateless widget. So as I told you, if you have installed all the extensions I have told you in the slide, like snippets and stuff, once you start typing STA, you'll get recommendations over here. Select stateless widget. Okay, stateless widget is open, and yeah, just name the class. Let's name the class as login. Okay, and one more thing, guys, it's best practice to use upper camel case letters. Like beginning of the classes should be a capital letter, like L should be capital. Okay, one more thing, guys, if you are on Dart editor, I mean like Dart pad, there is no extension for that, but still if you want to try it out, I'll just copy and paste the code for you to catch up. So just copy and paste this in the Dart Dart pad, as there is no suggestions for all the widgets, so it's better you just copy and paste it. Okay. Yeah, so I got a good number of eyes, so let's begin. As I told, remove this also container. We don't need this. As I told, we need a base to start with. We need scaffold. Okay. Let's just say return scaffold. Okay. So before this, you might ask, what is this? What is override? What is build? I'll tell you a small thing about this stuff also. What are this stuff? So basically, this is a constructor. If you are good with your object-oriented topics, you guys know what is a constructor. Constructor is a thing which is called whenever a new object is created. So this is a basic form for the constructor part, and anything after this colon is used for initializing stuff. So basically initializing or calling stuff. So basically what you're doing is you're calling the super class too. What is the super class? Stateless widget. I hope you guys are good with your inheritance topic, like superclass, base class, and child class, something like that. Yeah. So over here, login is our base class, like the class we have developed, and it extends. That means it has inherited all the properties and functions from a stateless widget class. Okay. So this is the parent class, and we are inheriting all the properties in login class. Okay. Yeah, that's about it. And build. What is build? This is a method. Okay, I'll explain it to you once I go to the hot reload topic. So remind me this stuff if I miss it out too. And this override, this is actually optional, but still it's a good practice to use it. What does this mean is, as I told you, we are using this class, right? Stateless class. And all the functions and everything is already predefined. So build function is predefined. I hope we are on the same screen, framework.dart. All these screens are defined, like all these functions are defined, build and everything, right? So, but you're changing the function. I mean, you're overriding the function. So that's why there is an at over here, override, which shows that you'll be changing the build method. So as I told, scaffold, it has various property. And as I told, it has abba, floating button over here, bottom navbar, and body. But the thing which we'll be designing, it has nothing. It only has body. So let's directly start with the body. BODY. Once you type, you'll get a recommendation. As I told, extension is a lot of useful in Flutter development, because it's going to help you in every way. Like you don't need to remember every single part. Okay. Press on the body. Then what is this? Well, as I told, as we did the layout breakdown, this thing is a big container. So let's just start with that container. I'm assigning a scaffold widget property called body, a widget called container. So everything in this will be placed under this container widget. So one more thing, guys, I forgot about this part only. So as in every program, void main, what it does is, this is the stuff which is going to be executed first. Void main. So what it's going to do, it's going to run app. What is run app? It's going to run your material app. That means it's calling this class my app. Okay. So whatever is present in my app, that will be executed. And one more thing, if I haven't mentioned you about the package is basically, group of, if you are familiar with Java or C++, there are library files, right? Like standard input, output and stuff. It's similar to that. Package is group of classes and functions. So this material.dart, this is the common, you can say, like the most, all the widgets over here. If I remove this stuff, everything will be an error because all of the stuff is defined in the material.dart file. Okay. So for the people who are using the dartpad, I'll just copy and paste the code for you guys to catch up again. Okay, there's a question from Aditya. Yeah, override. So as I told, it's actually completely optional. See, as I told, this is my class, a base class. I'm inheriting the properties from stateless widget class. This is a parent class. So once you inherit the properties, you'll inherit the functions too. So this build function, once you control and click on it, so once I go to the stateless widget class, so this is a class. Inside this class, if you scroll down a bit, you can see a function over here, build widget. So this is already defined. A basic function is already defined, but you are using that build function and you're adding your own code, right? So that's why we use override, override symbol. It's gonna tell the compiler that I'm overriding the function method, that I am changing the method. I'm not taking the method which was present by stateless widget. I'm customizing the method. That's why we use override. Okay. And then, yeah, so material app, this is also again, everything in Flutter is a widget. So material app again is a widget. So it has properties like title, theme, and home. You can remove the theme for, as of now, you don't need that. Even title is also not required for this. Let's just stick with home. Home is the first thing which is going to pop up on your screen. Whatever page you will assign over here in the home, that is going to show up when your app loads up. If I put login screen over here, so login screen is the first thing which will show up. If I put welcome, welcome will show up. Well, as of now, I'm opening login screen, right? So I'll just put on login over here. Okay. So now error is gone. Now the error is gone. Again, I'll copy and paste the code for you. I hope you understood that, Aditya. Yeah. Okay, good. I got yes. Yep, got it. Nice. So moving on. So we have column. Then its child is, as I told in the layout breakdown, there's a container and inside that there's a column. Okay. Okay, there's a column and inside the column, these are the children widgets. So I'm gonna type in children. Okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah, children. And as I told, this is an image widget. This is an 1 second, guys. Yeah, this is an image widget. This is a text. These two are the text widgets, like a text form field. This is for your entry, right? You need someone to enter, and this is a button. So let's design this stuff. So let's start with an image. So for putting an image, you can directly use an image widget, or the best practice is to place the image inside a container. So let's begin with container. Okay. Then inside a container there is a child, and that child is an image. 1 second. Okay. And inside an image we have a property called image, and that property will be using asset image. So yeah, 1 second. Over here, I'll be needing, as I told, I'll cover the pub spec for the last part. So over here, I'll be explaining you the pub spec YAML file. So all these images are sent, click on it and download it. Okay. What I want you to do is open your project directory. So my project directory was first app, right? Open it. Okay. I'll press right click. I'll create a new directory called assets. Okay, and I'll double click on the assets. I'll create one more directory or a folder called images. Inside the images, I will be copying all this stuff, all the images. So what did I do? I'll explain it to you guys again. I went to my directory. I created a folder called assets. Inside assets, I created a folder called images, and inside the folder images, I have pasted these images. So guys, do this. Some of the audience were stuck with the error, so they're working on the error, so they couldn't follow the code. I'll just briefly explain it. Okay. In the lib folder, you have to you'll see this main.dot. So this is where everything, all the code executes, and this is an import. You can say import file. As I said, package is a set of classes, so we'll be importing the classes. So if I comment it out, none of the keywords will be recognized by the compilers, because all of the definitions, all of the class declarations are done in this material.dart. So this is necessary, you have to put it. Then in the void main method, this is the first thing which is going to execute. So whatever you put it over here, that's going to execute. So what basically I'm doing, I'm running my app. What is my app? A stateless widget. My app is a stateless widget, and in this there is a function called build. How did I get it over here? I mean, like, how did I got this build method? It was inherited from stateless class, and inside the stateless class, there was a return. What I'm doing is, in the build method, is returning a material app. So what is material app? It's a widget again. So and then in this, there's a property called home. What is home? This is gonna be the screen which is gonna be shown first once the app starts. So whatever you put over here, that is gonna show up. Okay. Then again after that, I've started with the login. So what is login? Again, a stateless widget class. So inside that there is a build. 1 second. Yeah, there's a build property. Sorry, I mean build function. And as I told, we have to start with a base layer like a scaffold. So we are using scaffold widget and the body. As I told, the whole screen is a body apart from app bar, floating button, and the bottom nav. So in the body, there's a container. Inside a container, there's a column. Inside a column, there's an image over here, two text boxes, one button, one text, and one image. So this is the stuff which I have done till now. We have done till now, and you guys have completed one more step. What is that step? You guys have downloaded this link. You guys have opened this link and you have downloaded the images, and you have kept the images in a folder called assets, then images, and over here you have kept the images. Okay, so this is the stuff we have done till now. Okay, let's move on with it. So I was about to explain you PubSpec YAML. Okay, so what is PubSpec YAML? So as I told, package is like a bunch of classes, which will be adding functionality to your app. Okay, so whatever, if you want to use a new package, you'll be mentioning over here, like in the dependencies. What you have to do is go to line 23. This will be same for everyone. Line 23 in dependency, and this stuff YAML, this file, this format, it follows indentation. So if you indent it wrong, you'll be facing errors in PubSpec YAML. So make sure you don't give unnecessary spaces and tabs. Okay, just follow me. Just follow what I'm doing. Okay, go over here, press enter, go backspace, like in this indentation, like in under dependencies, directly under dependencies, add something called nice button and semicolon. What is nice button? I'll let you know shortly. Okay, what you have to do, I'll repeat it again. Under the same indentation as Flutter, add this stuff, press enter, like put in the semicolon and press save. So you'll see pubget. What is it doing is, it is fetching the this package from the internet. Make sure you are connected to internet, because it's gonna fetch the package. It's gonna fetch the package which is named nice button. So what is the function of this package? It is just gonna help you design this button. So as I told, everything in Flutter is a widget. The packages are made up of widgets, right? So what you'll have to do is just find the proper package and just install it. So it is instant for you. So what did I do? I've opened PubSpec YAML. I've added a dependency called nice button, and I've pressed Control yes. So this was done. So do you guys remember while explaining the extension, I left out one extension called PubSpec Assist. Okay, so what it does is, instead of you for going and putting the code over here and facing the troubles, this is gonna just install it, guys, PubSpec Assist. Okay, what it's gonna do is with few commands, it will automatically add in the proper code in PubSpec YAML file. So there will be no need for you to again go to PubSpec YAML and edit the file. Okay, just install this extension. I'll show you how. So once you have installed, there's a shortcut Control Shift and P. So this stuff open up in the search bar. Search for pub spec. See this stuff, add and update dependency. Click on this, and it will ask you to it will ask for the package name. So guys, don't do this. I'm just doing it as an example. Shimmer, this is a package. Remember while I showed you a demo at the beginning, there was shimmer, there was some shimmer in the beginning. So this is that widget, I mean that package. So just press shimmer and enter. And yeah, pubspec assist added that shimmer, and pubget is running. So I didn't even go to pubspec YAML file. I'm in front of main.yard, but still once I go to pubspec YAML file, shimmer package was added. This is cool, right? I didn't even need to go to pubspec YAML. Everything was done using the shortcut Control Shift P, then update dependency, type in the package name which you want to add. That's it. Simple as that. I hope you guys caught up with that. I'll enter the shortcut over here too if you have missed it. Control. Okay, yeah. Where do you find the list of all packages? Okay, that's a good question. So again, this is also solved by the Flutter and Dart people. There's a website called the website. All of the Flutter packages will be present over here, like all the good ones. Again, this is also open source, so a lot of developers will be working on it to update the packages over here. So what you have to do is just remember the package name and go in your Visual Studio Code and enter it. So that's gonna be installed. Nothing much. So as I told you, Shimmer. So Shimmer is a package. Once I search for Shimmer plus enter, I'll get the package. I'll open the package. This Shimmer is going to add this effect to your app. Okay, this is a package. What I just needed to do was just copy the name and go to Visual Studio Code, Control Shift P, add dependencies, and just paste the code. I mean the package name. That's all. Okay. So now see, you guys are done with adding your images in assets, right? So what I need to do is for Flutter to recognize these images, like you have put it inside the folder, but still for Flutter to recognize this, you have to add one more line. Go to line number 43 or 44. You'll be seeing this stuff called assets images. This is commented. What you have to do is select it completely and press Control/. So it's gonna uncomment it. So that's for uncommenting. That's a shortcut for uncommenting. Shortcut is Control//. That's gonna uncomment the part of the code. So once you uncomment it, remove this. We don't need. So we are basically telling where are all the images stored. So where are the images stored? It's stored in assets inside that images directory. So I'll be typing assets/images. And Control yes. So now this is recognized by Flutter. Now we are ready to use that image in our app. This is an asset image. Now we have to mention the path. Where is it stored? assets/images. And what is the image we will be adding? Login page. So we'll be adding this image. Login. loginpg.png. And Control yes. Okay, so we'll be adding this image. Let's see how much our app is rendered. Okay, 1 second. Terminal. So I hope you guys are on this screen only, like it's compiled and stuff. What you have to do is hot reload. As I told you, the most important function in Flutter is hot reload. See, as of now, this was our app before, but we added, we changed the code. We have added the image. So once I press Shift R, capital R, it's gonna hot restart. What I'm basically doing is, see, within seconds, my image was visible. I'm asking the compiler to change the code and show this image. What basically we did was we just put our image over here. So what, see, how did I do that? In the command window, you have to press Shift R. That means capital R. Okay, because see, you will see it over here only. Key commands. this is for hot reload, this is for hot restart. We can't hot reload because we updated our assets folder, right? So it's better to do hot restart instead of hot reload. So what is the key command? R, capital R. So just I type control shift R and the image popped up over here. So moving on. So what did we get? So let me minimize this stuff. So we got an image over here. So the biggest part, I guess the biggest part is done. You guys, doing this stuff like importing an image inside. So what else have we got? We have got three containers. Okay, two containers and one button. Okay, not container actually. These are text form fields. So that's a widget again. So after container, after this stuff, go to the next line and enter text. Okay, as I said, it's good practice to wrap everything inside a container. We'll do that. I'll insert one more container. Then inside this container, I'll add a child. And inside this, we'll be adding text field. Yeah, I got a suggestion, text field. I'll be pressing Ctrl R. Okay, this is a text field actually. You guys can see. So we already got a text field, but can you see the difference? Let me show an image. So here we don't have any underline and this is like a rounded rectangle, right? But here we have all this stuff, like how to get this stuff. So let me help you out in this. First, let us find width for it. Let's just say width is around, try to maintain the container size. Okay, next what should be the height of the container? What is good enough, I guess. So what's next stuff? Adding color. Okay guys, I'll be sharing one more file to you. So I've copied a file over here. What it is saying, what is this? This is just like a color declaration. So you can see over here, you can see the colors. So these are the hex values of the colors, and this is represent the color. This is like dark blue, pink, and like a lighter shade of a purple. So what is this? I'm using a constant. It says that this is the value is not going to change. This is fixed. And if I comment the material import, this won't be recognized because this color thing is a widget. What does the widget do? It takes in the value of the hex value and assigns the color. So what am I doing? So I just added these colors. You just copy this. I mean, you just download this constant file. Just download the constants file and paste it in lib folder. Okay, inside the lib folder, download the constant file and paste it in lib folder. That's it. Guys, do that. Okay. So after doing that, what I can do is see the color name is K primary. Okay. So once I start writing K PR, I got an option over here. So it is asking me if I want to use this thing or not, and it is saying I'll auto import it for you. So once I press this, so this was added, and even the constant file was added because this is present in a different file. We're using the variable present in different file, so we have to import it first. So it was added. Now again Control S. So once I hot reload, let's see how our container looks. Okay, see, we got a rectangle, but again, it's a text field. We got a rectangle, right? This has rounded rectangle, but this is square, right? How to make it rounded? So there is a property called decorations. Okay, and for that, there's a widget which you can use, box decoration. Okay, inside the box decoration, this is again, see, this is a widget, this is a widget. Again, inside a box decoration, what you can do is there is a property called border radius. Yep, border radius. So what it's telling is what should be the radius of this curve. So again, there's a widget for that. There's a widget called border radius dot all. Then radius must be circular. And the value should be 20. Let's see. Okay, cannot provide both. Okay, yeah, I did a mistake here, guys. So there's one error over here. I have made a mistake, but you guys don't do this. So once I declare a decoration, I can't put the color property inside the container. I need to put it inside box decoration. Once I put it inside box decoration, I'll save it and I'll press R. Yep. See, I got a rounded corner, but it's still not round enough. So what I'll do, I'll increase the radius. We got a round, round container. How did we get that? We added a property called decoration. For that, we assigned a widget called box decoration, and inside that, see, once you hover over it, you'll get various properties for that. Border radius. I've used this. So border radius, and then border radius, I assigned one more widget called border radius dot all, and inside that I have passed an argument, not an argument, actually I passed a widget only, radius dot circular, and inside I have mentioned the radius 40. There is no need for you guys to remember this. Just once, whenever you're developing, it automatically pops up for you. Like once you start on typing, it will be auto, it will only automatically show you the suggestions and stuff. Can you see a, dark black line over here? So this is from the child widget. This is from the text screen. What do I mean by that? So see, text field is there. No. So from that this black thing is there. How to remove it? I'll show. Decoration, box decoration, and okay, not box decoration actually. Input decoration. Input deco. Yep, got it. Input decoration, border. So what did I do? Inside the decorations, I removed the border. I removed the border. So once I press it and I'll start typing. See guys, so it's a text field, but you can see it's over to the edge. How to fix that? As I told you about padding. What does padding do? The distance between the outer container and inside text field, it is gonna be adjusted. So how do I add padding? Go to container, padding, edge insets, all. Let's just say I want 10 figure of padding. So what did I do? I added padding from the left and from the bottom. So there is various ways of adding it. So one is edge insets dot all. So in all, what figure you give, that will be that padding will be provided from left, right, bottom and top. If I use symmetric, the horizontal paddings like top, right and left paddings will be put, and if I use vertical, it will be top and bottom padding. And if I put only, I need to mention. So I'm saying from left, give 12 units of 12 pixels of space, and from bottom, give 7 pixels of space. So now it's placed in the middle. Okay, according to the image, we are having one more text widget. I'll just copy and paste this code. See, because it's again repeated, no need for me to code again, right? So I'll just copy this code and paste it. Control S and R. So you can see two text widget. But did you guys see, it's actually a bad practice, like repetition of code. I've repeated the code over here, the same container I've used again, the same text form field. So instead of doing that, what I can actually do is, so there's a thing called, kiss and dry principle. What does it mean? What does kiss mean? Keep it simple, stupid. Don't make your code complex. And what is dry? Don't repeat yourself. Okay, so dry is don't repeat yourself. Kiss is keep it simple, stupid. What do they mean by don't repeat yourself? I've repeated the code over here again, right? So what I can do is, I'll so see, once you hover on this widget, like the container widget, you will see an bulb over here. Press on it and go down and say extract widget, and they name the widget something like, you can say custom text widget, and press enter. So what happened over here? This got this separate widget was created, that was extracted, and a widget was created. So every time you call this part of the code replaces it over here. Okay, so see, as of now I have only one text widget over here. If I copy and paste custom text again, I'll be getting one more. Okay, so that's the cool part. Then there's one more widget called size box. So in the size box, you can give it's like an empty box, to separate 2 to 3 different objects. Let's say 20. So what I'm basically doing is I'm separating them. So I included a size box over here. It's not. So what happened was, invisible size box were added in between, and these two got separated. So this is the email field and this is the password field. But how do you let them know that what is what? How you know what to do that time? Go to text field, and in here there is something called hint text. Now you are getting hint text over here, enter mail. But again, so it before you start typing, enter mail will be showing. After you start typing, it will vanish. So how to get this as enter password? How to make this enter password? See guys, we are not repeating ourselves. So what we can basically do is we can implement a widget. What did I do was I a variable called text, and what did I do inside the constructor? I initialized, or I didn't initialize. I said that whenever you call this thing, you had to send in the text property. What like the text which should be visible. This custom text. This is our widget. We have created a widget. That widget is having a property called text. Okay. So I've added the text inside this constructor called this.text. Then what did I do? This hint text needs something, right? Instead of directly putting a string over here, instead of that, I used a variable called txt. So whatever, while calling this widget, whatever you pass on, like whatever string you pass on, that will be placed inside this. So I passed on enter field for second, so enter password came over here. Then enter mail over here, so enter mail over here. And again, this is light color, so just let me increase the style. So I have made it a bit dark. What did I do? So you can add, as I told, you can, this is a property like text styling. So what did I do? I added a text style. So this is the hint text, and to add a style, to change the properties, I added a widget called text style, and I changed the style to colors.black and font size is 16. Okay. So I hope you guys are done till now. So the major part was done. So all these three are done. So only three things remaining, guys. What's next? A login button. Guys, do you remember I made you add a package called nice button? I'll remove this. It's null. It shouldn't be null. So just save it as nice button colon and press Ctrl S. Okay. I hope this is done. After this, what you have to do, what you can do is you can add one more widget. Oh, okay, let me go back. After custom text, you can add a widget called nice button. See, I got an option over here, auto import. Okay, I'll be pressing that. And I already got the properties too. So pretty cool, right? So on press, let's keep it as of now null. And then what should be the text? Text should be login. What should be the background color? Yeah, color. What should be the background color? This should be K primary dark. We got it. But then again, we want a rounded thing, no? Like a rounded text. How to do that? Let me show it to you. There's a property called radius. So I'll say 30 as a radius. Let's see if that's, yeah, done. See, simple as that. We didn't need to add the container. We didn't need to add the text field. Everything was done using a package. I used the package and I imported this nice button and I just added 4 lines. Radius 30 on press. Like once you press it, what it should do. As of now, it's not doing anything. So see, on press, it's a function. You have to assign a function. So this is a function. This is called unnamed function. That means that there is no need for you to name the function too. Just putting parameters and this is enough. I added unnamed function. Then what should be the text visible? Login. What should be the background color? K primary dark. And that's it. It's done. Okay. So after this, I hope you guys are done with the nice button. After this, I again added sized box. Now comes the text property. Again text. Text widget. Should be the text forgot password. So let's reload. Let's see what will happen. See, we got forgot password, but it's not clickable. It's not clickable. But in the image over here, where was the image here? Over here. So this is underlined. Let me see. This is underlined and it's clickable. How to make it clickable? So there's a thing called inkwell. What you guys need to do is type in INK WELL. Yeah, got it. So what is an inkwell? Again, that's a widget. So what is it gonna do? let me show it to you. Can you guys see the click? Can you guys hear the sound? So now it's working. What did I do? What does inkwell do? So what does inkwell do is it's gonna add a gesture property to it. See, before this it was only a text field, right? But once I add inkwell, I was able to tap on it. So if you guys are doing anything like this, if you want to add tapping functionality for a text, you can use inkwell. Okay. So but then how to provide that underline because underline was present in the image, right? How to get this underline? So that's again change the styling property, simple as that. Style, text style, we got an underline over here. So what did I do? What did I do? This is a text widget. Inside a text widget I added a style. I added a text style widget. For the decoration I added decoration dot underline. So this part is done. Then what else? Only one image is remaining. If we are done, we are done for the session for today. So how to add this image? Simple as that. Just copy and paste the code again. Copy, after inkwell, paste it. But we won't be using login page, right? We will be using cities underscore bottom. Get that CITIES underscore BOTTOM. Control S, then R. So we got an image. So I guess we are almost done. We have done, right? It's done almost. Only like a small moderations need to be done, like the alignment and everything. So see, let's start with the image. Let's reduce the size of the image first. How to reduce the size of the image? Add width and height property to it. See, if you add width and height property to the container, it is the image is going to shrink according to the parent. So let's say I want to give width as 280. I guess that should suffice. 280. Okay. Yeah. Now, but what happened? This thing came up. No, but this should be below. How to achieve that? What you can do is there's a main axis align property. No space evenly. Let's see if this works out. Yeah, but still, there's a problem with this stuff. What I can do that time is I can create a column inside a column. And I'll copy and paste these three stuff inside this column. That will be custom text, size box, and nice button. So what did I do? I'll explain it to you guys. Okay, what did I do basically? Let me make it aroundly. Okay, yeah, better. So what did I do? So this basically is a column, right? Again, these three stuff. See, I wanted these three stuff to be close together, but again, more distance from here and here. So what did I do was I've removed this widget and placed it in a column. So there's a big column, and inside a big column, there's an image over here, image. And inside that, I've placed a column, and inside that column, I've placed this custom text, size box, custom text, size box, and nice button. And after that, I put up the forgot password, and then I've pasted this the image. So that's it, guys. That's the login page. So you can press on the login thing, and yeah, everything is done as of now. So okay, one more thing. See, the thing with this is you can this is a normal common error which you might be facing, bottom overflowed. So once I press on the keyboard, I will be facing this stuff. But how to avoid this? Go to container. So let me explain it to you. What did I do? So now once I press enter password, I won't get the error. Now it is scrollable. So what did I do? It is not scrollable now, but once I press on the keyboard, so that time it's scrollable. So what did I do? I used one more widget called single child scroll view. So what did I do was I wrapped the whole thing, like the whole container. I'll teach you how to wrap it. Just hover on the container. You'll get an icon. That time you say wrap with widget. So this will be widget. What you have to do is you have to remove this and type in single child scroll view. That's all. So that time and control save. So what is this single child scroll view does is if there's any image which is going out of the bounds, like if the image size is large, what it does is that time it will add scrolling property. See, as of now, everything is under brown, so there is no need for you to scroll. But once the keyboard opens, see, I'm not able to see the forgot password. So that time I should be able to scroll. So that time you'll be able to scroll. So that is the functionality of single child scroll view. That's it. And then as I was explaining you, so there's there's a single child scroll view, a big container, and then a column, then an image, and after an image, I put up one more column. This column. So this column has the two text boxes and one login thing. And then after that, there's a inkwell for forgot password. And then there's the asset image. That's it. That's it for the login screen. I've told you what are packages, right? Like those were the group of classes and interface. So you can check out the other packages from PubDev. I've already shared the link, and you can also check out from here. Okay, Flutter Gems. This is also a good one. So you can find all the packages over here. So some of my favorite packages are this one, Get Shimmer. So Shimmer. What does Shimmer does is it adds a loading functionality. So before the screen loads up, so there will be a shimmer effect for you, as I showed you before. Then confetti. What is a confetti? So I guess you guys have heard about party blasters, right? So what does confetti do is if you press a button, you'll see party blasters shooting from a screen. So this is something cool. You can check this out. And then other stuff are like Faker, URL launcher. You guys can check it out. You guys can just go to the go to the pubdev file and you can check it out. I mean the pubdev link, which I've sent it in the Teams over here. And then then that's all. So we've designed this. I'm going to share the link for the whole folder, like welcome this and this. You guys can check it out, and if you have any doubts, you can contact me that time. Then what else? So even this thing is explained in the files which I'll be sending. If you have any problem or if you have any doubt, I'll add in the video too. No problem. And yeah, that's it. I just wanted you to design the login screen. If you guys could design the login screen, you can move ahead with the functionality. There are a lot of Discord servers. You just need to search for Discord servers. You'll get a hold of that. What you can do is, so there's a Flutter Discord server only, so that you can find it in their GitHub repository. Over there, they would have mentioned their Discord server name. So you can go over there and join the Discord. So it will help you out over there. So that's one of the best. And apart from this, actually the main thing is Discord only. Apart from that, you can follow their Flutter channel. So they do a thing called widget of the week. With Flutter. So they do something called widget of the week. Every week they are going to explain you new widgets. So there are totally 87 widgets till now, which they have explained. The open source mobile SDK for Google. One second. So so they will be explaining each of the widgets. You can go through it for like a small introduction about the widget. There are like almost around 87 widgets over here which they have explained. So this is also one of the good thing. You can go check out their Flutter YouTube channel also. And apart from that, for design ideas, you can go search for Dribble. So I'll put in the link for that. Dribble is a site where you'll be getting the ideas from. See, all this stuff, if you don't have any ideas, you can go through this app and you might be able to think of some inspiration to get on with the designing. So Dribble is one of the website. So, and I'll share the repo link to the app which we did, like the complete app, including the news functionality and everything. So the whole it's private as of now, but after some half an hour I'll make it public. So that time you can go through the link. Just copy and paste it somewhere. Okay. So that's the stuff. And one more thing, guys. So as I told, Flutter is not only for app, it's also for web, right? So I had created my portfolio using Flutter Web. I was able to design this stuff like this portfolio. You can check this out. Like basic small animations and all the stuff I've added, like all the basic projects. And if you need to contact me if you have any queries, everything is added. So you can check this out, like all the background designs and everything. There's a lot of potential for working with Flutter, guys. It's not only for app development, it's also for web development. Here is the proof for that. I was able to do this within very short span. a lot of good designs can be done using Flutter. And I also took some inspiration from good experts to Flutter experts from their portfolio. So if you want to contact me, so these are the details like LinkedIn, GitHub, yeah, and this is my portfolio and Medium. I also write some articles too. Do check them out. So I'll tag this too. If you, I'll be writing some articles, weekly for related to Flutter. You can check that out too. So apart from that, if you don't have any queries, do fill this feedback form, guys. I'll copy and paste again. Do fill this feedback form. This is for me. Thank you guys for attending. And great job, guys. You were able to complete your first step. Congrats, guys.